if I'm in the camera or not. Let's see. Coffee go. Hey, Kathy. I hate this cup. I'm having a hard time finding. I love Contigo coffee cups because they keep the heat in, but this is like the worst lid ever. This thing, you have to open this to be able to sip out of it, and it is a struggle to open it. And then the hole to sip out of is too small. So, hey, Miss Marcio, I have a drinking problem wearing that. I spill a lot of stuff. That's my drinking problem. Hello, Linda. Hello, Norma. So, not happy with this one. I'll have to get another one again. Hello, Lisa. Put this into the mix. All right. Now we're at double digits. I just need to add one more thing onto here. Okay. Oh, Peggy. Hey, Lisa. 2 Lisas on. All right. Let's get started. I'm going to do a separate post just of some springs that came in instead of doing them during the show because there were so many of them. And hey, Carrie, we're going to dive in and start. Let me get a marker. I thought I had a marker over here, but not. Okay. As I found this is, now she says it doesn't have the sticker, but what she didn't know is it actually has the Fenton mark here. It's embossed. This is considered the, couple people, it's an iridescent pink Fenton rooster for $14.40. Hey Lynn, hey Jennifer, hello Brenda, hello Deborah. So $14.40 on the pink iridescent rooster. It is marked, does not have a label, but it does have the Fenton stamp on it. And that's the larger rooster. It is all glass. It's more pink. It might look peach on the screen because pink tends to pick up as peach on there. So some people call it carnival glass. So $14.40 if you want this brought back up, let me know after you've researched it. And hello, Christine. If you've looked this up and you see that that's actually a very good deal on that. So these are interesting. These just came in. They are sold separately. There's 2 of these. They're like alabaster little cups. They're $4 each. Little parfait style. And they are some kind of stone, polished, usable, or just pretty and decorative. And this one is no good. That's an as-is-er. So let's pull that one out. So we have one good one at $4. This one we have to as-is. As-is. Did not see that. Okay. So in case anybody is wondering, we do have Prince Albert in the can. So there, I let him out. From Relove with Heart, just $4 for a Prince Albert tobacco can. This is the older one. It's in pretty good shape too, and that's just $4. Also $4 is this vintage made in USA little pottery 2-tone planter from Williamsburg, Virginia. It has this little hillbilly dude sitting there. Prince Albert to Deborah Kennedy. And that's just $4 for the little vintage planter. I guess you put them in and they come out the sides here from Virginia. Yep, you got it. Thank you everybody that came out on Sunday night. It was quite the event. Just so you know, we sold in that 3-hour span. You guys bought 112 items. Thank you so much. Our vendors so appreciate that. Ooh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. But yes, thank you everybody that came out and joined us. Still haven't done the Fenton Rooster to Norma. We still have not done up our November schedule. Every time I went to sit down and try to do any of that today, I got in trouble today. I get in trouble a lot with Don. Monday through Friday, Don works on the railroad. He stays here. He comes here every single day. And he's working, well, he comes here Wednesday through Sunday, works until he has to leave for the trains at 3:15. And then he doesn't get home till like 12:30, almost 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes. So the guy works hard. So when he's here, he considers this his fun time. And he wants to run around and play and do people's booths and stuff. So this afternoon, we got in a shipment of something I've been waiting for, these Andover mugs. And We hadn't seen them in person yet, so we get the box and we're just getting ready to open them, and the guy comes in and says we have a freight delivery out on the side, a giant pallet of stuff. So he was very upset because he wanted to see the opening of these. He had to go to work, and then there's big boxes over there that you can't see. That is going to be a big time opening for me. So he was a little bummed out that he didn't get to look at the stuff before he had to leave for his real job. So this he considers his fun time, so he doesn't like to leave here. Yeah, he does work hard. All right, we have this. It is dark cobalt. These are what they call fantasy pieces, and they did a lot of these in the 70s and 80s of Coca-Cola, your Shirley Temple, all those different things. Whereas they look vintage, but they were never ever made in like the 20s and 30s when they were supposedly made. So they call those fantasy pieces, which are now actually vintage because they are 25 plus years old. So you have this little Shirley Temple for $8 from the 1980s cobalt shaker. It's a cute little shaker. And if you don't want the Shirley Temple side showing, you just turn it around. It is a very dark, is this cobalt? Yes, it's really dark blue. So, and that's just $8 for the little Shirley Temple shaker. Now, I don't know who Dawn O'Day was. Oh, Anne Shirley. Okay, I guess she played Anne Shirley. So this is a rare vintage Dawn O'Day aftershave bottle. And this is $11.20. And the back label says, "Thank you. Your purchase of this item is greatly appreciated. United 150 American Legion Auxiliary." So she might have done some kind of fundraiser for them. Oh, well, thanks, Deborah. So that's $11.20 from Dawn O'Day's aftershave lotion. Refreshing and zestful. So if you want to feel a little zesty. Okay, we have a cute little shaker, single shaker. The glass bottom, the aluminum style shaker lid, and that has been reduced from $4 down to $2. Hello. $2 on the little single shaker. Okay, so we have here a handheld cheese grater for $5.60, also from Reloved with Heart. It's got some rust on it. I mean, half this stuff you can hit it with a Brillo pad and it works again, or just a really cool vintage style thing. I know some people use these, the glass shaker to Miss Merciel. I know a lot of people use these in crafting now, and if they want to get like a rough feel and finish on something, a lot of times they'll use these old kitchen tools and stuff to achieve those results. I don't know why I chose a red marker. It looks like I'm giving everybody bad grades today. Here we go. Here's a black marker. It's like I'm punishing everybody. All right, there we go. Okay. Now these are, I have 2 round ones of these. These are vintage. These are $2 each. They're tapestry doilies, and they have like a felt back. And they have like this rick-rack stuff applied around the corners. And the round ones are $2 each, and their diameter is, with the rack, the stuff on the edges, is 5 1/4. And we have, so I have the 2 doilies in the round, and then we also have them, same price, in little 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 squares. I have 3 of these at $2 each as well. This one has a fancy, oh, this one's a little bit different, but also $2. So, you know, we have 2 in this style, 1 in this style. This one has a green backer. It's just a little bit smaller, but also $2 each. Beth, let me know if you want all the doilies. Why would I want to? Okay, that's just silly. So Beth, just let me know if you want all of those. Okay, 1 square. Which square? You want the green back or the brown back? So Deborah, if you can let me know which one you want. Well, Beth wants all 5. But since I don't know, what you want a brown back. Is that okay, Beth, if we let the ladies? All right, so Deborah Kennedy gets this one. And since I was asking Beth if she wanted all those, I guess we'll give these to Beth. Really not sure on this one because I had Norma said the square ones, so on these, Beth. So, because I didn't hear from you. I had you for the round ones, and then the squares. Can I have square? Thank you, Beth. Yeah. I know with the lag and everything, it's really difficult. Thank you, Beth. Yeah, you have the round ones. Hey, Brenda. Yeah, you got the two little round ones. I didn't see any other ones, but she sometimes sneaks in a lot of these. That's Belmont Farmhouse. Just brought those in today. All right. Now I have to dive into the stuff. Oh, I didn't get to that pile yet. Oh, so Pickin' Wildflowers, who's 40% off, will continue the 40% off through November as well. So we have this plum cake tobacco tin, McBaron's vintage tin for $12. This is from Cavalier Collectibles. This is the Navy blend, distributed in the USA, Fireside Industries, made in Denmark, out of Moonachie, New Jersey. So, we have any Scottish folks here? We have this cute little McBaron's plum cake, made in Denmark tin. So, Scottish name, made in Denmark. All right, we have a cute little round bowl. It does not have a finish on it, so you can do this porous, so you would need to use a food safe oil on there. $8. It is from Cavalier Collectibles as well. It's 7.5 diameter by 2.25 inches tall. So no cracks. It's a nice wood bowl. Again, if you want to use it, I do recommend putting a food safe oil in there first, because there is no seal on this and it's porous, so you will want to do that before you put any food in it. If it's just decorative, then you don't have to worry about that. And that's just $8 on that little wooden bowl. We have a cute little Stengel mold for just $3. It is the grapes, and that is a terracotta little piece there. Is that a crack too? Yep, there's a crack there. All right, so this has a crack. So $1 because it has a tight crack here. So that does have a tight hairline on the back. $1 on the Stengel dish due to the crack. Like I said, a lot of stuff isn't seen until I get it up here in this light. This light is just a lot better, a lot brighter than what a lot of people have in their homes, because if you had this light in your home, you'd have headaches nonstop. It's very bright. Okay, this is 40% off. And thank you for all the kind words that everybody put up on our post the other day regarding the incident of the peanuts. We do appreciate all that. All right, so $4.80. It is a vintage candy tin, made in England, George Horner. It does have some light scratches on it. It's not hinged. It's a loose lid. And it has pink and purplish flowers. And it doesn't say what kind of candy, but it's just a little vintage candy tin for $4.80. It's got some nice, great vintage to it. It's a cute little one. You got it, Deborah. Okay. Also from my, hello Annette, also coming from the 40% off booth, and like I was saying, that will run through next month, is was this Williamsburg pottery? Yes, so 12 times point. $7.20 for the Williamsburg Pottery Salt Glaze Cobalt Super Large Chamber Candle. And that is just $7.20. It's a 6.5 inch diameter. And that comes to you out of Williamsburg, Virginia. I have Miss Mercille for the candle holder. That's like manufacturing, but just so you know, there is a tiny little chip here that I just saw. So let me know if you still want that, Debbie. Miss Mercille. Let me know if you still want that, Miss Mercille. Like I said, I just saw that. It looks like it happened there, because I honestly don't know how you could get that chipped like that. So let me know if you still want that with that little, you got it. And then usually when they do that, they usually will go right over and glaze it, because they do chip and mar a lot of these things in the potteries. And you can always tell because you can the glaze matches exactly. So it's like before they get caught, they kind of fix it a little bit and then pop it on out there for the general public. Which we don't have those shops anymore. We have like the Seconds, you know, all those great outlets that we used to have with Old Country Roads, the Royal Doulton. My mom got some interesting pieces that way. And I did sell a couple things before the show even started, so, but I replaced them. So what happens if any of my regular shoppers come in and see something indie, they know where the live stuff is, and they buy it, I do replace from that vendor, so. All right, this is a fine porcelain Lenox made in Japan, so it does have a little bit of age. What's interesting, this is a chickadee. The bottom is glazed, but the bird himself is not. He's $20, and he's got the holly berries, and this is the Lenox chickadee. So you got the holly berries go all the way around, and this is made in Japan. And he is $20 from Vintage Crush. All right. We still have a couple little Halloween things floating around. If you can't get them out in time this year, we can put them out next year. This is a cute little beanie bear for $2.40. He has a little tabby hole there that you can put so you can hang him from there. And he's got a little beanbag body. So, and he's very happy. Nope. I just knocked over a Woodcrafts by Judy pumpkin. And that is $3. And that is 6 inches tall by 3.5 inches wide. And she painted a cute little pattern on there. That's just a little wood block pumpkin by Judy for $3. All right, and I got a piece of Christmas. So the other thing we're talking about doing that Don and I are going to do for you guys is I have the pumpkin for Norma. We're going to be doing a live either at the end of November or the beginning of December, similar to the ones where we do the shop tour, but we're going to go and sit in front and camp in front of the booths that have all the ornaments. We're going to have an ornament night, so make it easy for us instead of bringing them all up here. The pumpkin went to Norma. We're going to go to the ornaments and set up that way so we can do that. In the past, we've had some wildly successful ornament sales when we were across the street, and we had a couple nights where there was just ornaments crazy. People went crazy for the ornaments, so thank you, Carrie. Because Don and I don't have enough to do. I always come up with more ideas for him. I love this tin. This just came in, and it is a Tuckers of Totnes, Devon, England. This is $4, and it's a little thatched roof cottage. It's got great colors. It's a very nice little tin, shaped like a house. Not too bad inside. Not hinged. It's a little cottage tin. I have Norma for the tin. Colors are really great on that. I have this also from our 40% off vendor. $11.40. It's a 9x11 needle floral needle point, and it's framed. I did this one. So Alpha DJ did this one, 1979, and then it was professionally framed. It is a shadow box kind. It does have the glass on it, and that is just $11.40 for that beautiful piece of embroidery there from 1979. Very, very nice. Nice job they did. Okay. All right, from Thrifty Rick, we have for $9.60 the Homestyle Christmas Ducks cookie jar. It doesn't have any of the suction around the lid. It's just a straight up sits in there and rests. These are the country ducks, so your 1980s, early 90s. This would have been very popular. And there's even little chickadees. Oh, this is adorable. And this one is $9.60. It has little apples on it. And they're all just carrying the garland. And the little ducklings. Peggy, I need to know which item is sold. The little duckies are marching along. They got the cutest. They got the little heads up in the air. They're very cute. They're just very cute. So Peggy, just let me know which item is sold. Is it this jar? Or the needlework. Okay, all right. So the needlework and the jar are still available. Okay. All right, we have 2 of these. The little Corningware Corn Flour Blue 1 3/4 cup, P41. The tab handle pans. I don't have lids on these. These are just $4.80, and we have 2 of them available in that size. They are marked the 1 3/4 cup, range, oven, microwave, Corning, New York. So these are a couple cute little pair there. And those are just $4.80 each on those. I have a pack of 3 vintage star tin molds for just $3.20 from Relove with Heart. Pretty good size. And you get the 3 of them for $3.20. This one, I need my piece. I have Deborah Kennedy for the molds. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to focus on up there. So it does have the glass in front of it, so I apologize for that glare. And like I said, it is dated 1979. Oh, I guess it goes this way. I'm sorry. That is... They got the hanger this way, so I don't know, to me it looks like it should go this way, but you can easily change that up. It's $11.40. You got it, Terry. Okay. Hoping this comes across on there. Move it a little bit. There we go. All right, so this is the McKee Yellow Custard Uranium Bell-Shaped Bowl for $24. There is a factory flaw on here, Don was pointing out. Like over here, it's nothing major, there's no chips or anything. So this is marked MCK on the bottom in the circle. So this is vintage, and this is on sale for $24 from Auntie's Attic. It measures 4 by 7. So I can bring this back up after you guys have had a chance to go look up. McKee is spelled M-C-K-E-E. Yellow Custard Uranium Bowl. And this is the larger. This is the 4 by 7, and that's $24. $12.80 for a tiny little light up ceramic Christmas tree. It is battery operated. It has a tiny little switch down here. It also has a timer. From Mr. Christmas. So it has and that is $12.80, and that one again does light up. The star really lights up. This would be a pretty ornament on a tree. I have the tree to Norma. Good deal. Good grab. Especially when you put all the lights on, all you have on the Christmas lights, that's perfect. Okay. We have a vintage olive green creamer. I don't have a maker's mark, just $4. kind of that Mikasa style looking to me when they did that. That's $4, and it's cream colored inside, and it is a olive green on the outside. And that's just $4. And that is from Lazy Q Ranch. Okay, we have for $9.60 Homer Laughlin restaurant ware. So it's like that ironstone. It's a tiny little pitcher and it has the red transfer ware on both sides. Oh, Miss Merciel for the creamer. And you can tell, pretty sure Syracuse was out first with this kind of style. So they, Homer Laughlin, because it wasn't enough owning all the Fiesta ware, they dropped in and liked that pattern as well. And some of these patterns were been owned by, they're not always going to be necessarily marked. I have the creamer to Miss Merciel. Oh wait, you want the, okay, so when you said creamer, you meant the green one? With the lag here, I was already on that one, so I'm not sure which. So Debbie, if you can just, because after that, then I think Brenda wanted this. Well, like Brenda wanted this one after, because I have you first for this, and then I have Brenda for the picture. So if everybody else is seeing that as well. I don't understand why it's such a big difference on the lag, and it depends. I don't know if it's Facebook or where you're at or what it is. I wish there was a better way to get this, that you guys were in real time with me. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, Miss Merciel, I'm going to give you first right of refusal for the Jackson China one. This is just a smaller one. It's got it on the handle, and this one's $8, so. Yeah. So, Miss Merciel, do you want this little guy? We're going to give you first right of refusal since the other one, you wanted the other one, so you'd be next in line for this little guy. You got it. So everybody gets a little transferware creamer that wanted one. Okay. Now these are $12 each. I have two primitive wood spoons. They're 10 3/4 inches, and they are indeed primitive. This one has a fancier handle. They got a pretty good sized bowl on them, and those are $12 each for the wood primitives. And those are from Auntie's Attic. And I don't know if you guys saw my post earlier. We are going to be carrying, I'm getting in a dozen copies of a Primitives Place Christmas 2023 magazine. Manufacturing, the price on the cover is $12. So if anybody wants any of those, I'll get those this weekend. Just let me know, direct message me, and I'll put a copy on hold for you. Especially around here, because I don't know, we've been losing all our bookstores, so a lot of places don't have all those magazines. I guess this is a pattern. It's called Acorn. This is the Godinger Silver Plate Acorn Goblet, $16 for the pair. You can see like this way, you can see the little acorn topper. So those are by Godinger, and these are $12, so just, right, yeah, oh, I'm sorry, $16, so $8 a cup, basically. So, and that's called Acorn. Yes, it's going to be, it's primitive displays of Christmas and stuff in it. So when I get in, I'll look at it a little bit more. You can find them. They're actually online. If you go on Facebook, they have a Primitive Place magazine Facebook page, so you can get a better idea of what's going to be. So this is a little set. It is creamer and sugar. This is the Sweet and Low set, and it's got the lid on here and the spoon. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. with the tray, $9.60 for the Sweet and Low Sugar and Creamer with Tray serving set. Okay, we'll put one aside for you, Deborah. You got it. So, $9.60 for the Sweet and Low little caddy set here. Okay, now this I found interesting. It's marked Marineland on the back. Copyright 1952, Virginia Metal Crafters. It's a 4-footed. It's got the little feet. Marineland trivet for $12. So you have a couple of swordfish, a starfish, turtle, and a dolphin underneath the Marineland logo there. And that's actually a little trivet. So souvenir trivet. So if you know somebody, I mean, this is great if you have somebody, or if you just love the ocean, you love old amusement parks. I don't know if Marineland's there anymore. And that's just $12 from our vendor, Burning Sensation Antiques. Let me just put this back. Okay. All right. Up next is an item geared towards our friends, the Pox. This is a vintage toy phone. It's an as found, $12.80. It has some rust to it, a little bit of condition issues. It's got cowboy on here. We get this little wood lid here, has a little tear on it. We have the little wood phone hanger sits there. This just came in today. I saw it coming in the vendor's box, and I grabbed it out of her box and said, I need to show this tonight. So, and that is $12.80. I'm giving first right of refusal on that one to our friends, the Pox, because I know they like the vintage toys, and if they pass on that, if anybody else is interested, if you've got a cowboy theme going, or just like that kind of stuff. So, I mean, the Cowboys would place this in the 1950s, early 1960s. So if the Pox, I'm just waiting to see if the Pox, if they're still on here, if they're interested on the phone, and if they don't want it, then it's Norma's. So I pulled this aside with them in mind. I'm not seeing any. You got it. All right, so that is for Norma. That's really cute. We have when Donnie was being born, and you know, everybody themes everything. You have to theme everything. So I went with the cowboy theme, and I got him this beautiful glass lampshade with the cowboys on it, and I got it in an antique shop in upstate New York. And so the fun thing, I got the phone down. The nice thing is, he doesn't tell us. I go in there, and that's broken. And that happened not when he was a little child, but in our teenage years. So my nice lamp my nice light shade that I got him is no longer intact. So yeah, it's very cool. I like stuff like that. All right, we have one more shelf of, oh no, I have another thing there. So yeah, we have a few more things to get through. All right, so if you watched on Sunday night, you all heard the bell and saw the bell that neither Don or I could hold on to. We've repaired it. It is a little, it doesn't ring very well, but it's just $3. It looks great. I mean, this little ding here, it's got, you can see the handle's a little bit cockeyed. It doesn't ring very well, but it's just $3 because of its little flaws, but still a very cool looking bell that Don and I were just, we were both having issues with this guy. So I did fix it right after the show. So that's not, that handle's not going to fall off on you anymore. So it's just $3 for that little bell. I have Deborah Kennedy for the bell. Yeah, we have a window. Yeah, I mean, just the, you know, things kids do. A dish from my great-grandmother that I can't replace, you know, things like that. It happens. All right, this is a fantastic price. It is repro, but it's vintage style, just $7.20 with the working thermometer in it. It is tin, and it is Old Salt Inn, established 1837, and it's printed on there to look old. And it is 17.5 by 5.5, and it's just $7.20, and it does have the glass thermometer in there and is working perfectly fine. So $7.20 for the vintage style new thermometer. So I just got that old salt in down there. I got the bell for Deborah. And like I said, it does work. So, you know, for $7.20, if you hang this outside, you're not going to really care what happens to it. It is accurate. 70, yep, 72. It is very accurate. And that's just $7.20 for the metal thermometer. Continuing with another 40% off item. This one I can do in my head because it's $10. So $6 on this pretty little, it doesn't hinge tight, but it does close. And it is Victoria Garden Victorian Rose exclusively for Core, C-O-R. So just $6, 4.5 inches wide, 3 inches deep, 2.25 inches. And that is porcelain. And it's a pale, it's like a taupish color. And you got your pink and yellow rose on the lid. And then here as well. So, and that is just $6 for the porcelain trinket box. Okay, from Andover Junction. Not old, made in China, but it's a Volkswagen Classic Beetle 1967 die cast and plastic for $4. And that's black and red on the doors. And the doors open. So, cute little Volkswagen for $4. Okay, so we finally hit the Syracuse China of the transferwares. The lid does need a cleaning. This is, I have the card for Miss Kennedy, $9.60. This is the lidded restaurantware single teapot. And you got the lid. It has that transferware pattern on it. I have the, all right, so I have the card to Deborah, and I have this little guide to Miss Mercio. And we'll just clean that lid up for you before we send that out. Don will get that taken care of. Okay. All right, I have a, rooster. I thought it was a turkey. It's a cutter, $1.60. The vendor has it as a rooster, but I think it's a turkey. So that's just $1.60 for the, whatever you want to call it once you buy it, bird cookie cutter. So $1.60 for the, no, it's like a brand new car. It's not vintage. It's a new toy car. Made in China. It's nothing old. It's just a vintage style, you know, it's a classic Beetle. I have the cookie cutter to Norma. So you wouldn't even call it a rooster or a turkey. You said cookie cutter. I think it's a turkey. Let me know if you want the car or not. Okay, yeah, no, it's perfect as a gift. In fact, it still has the store label underneath it. So it's new. Yeah, if you don't know what it is, it's a Pokemon, right? I'm not going to talk about Don and his Pokemon. All right, now, I grabbed this guy. He does have he has a little flaw. He does have a chip on his tail. But he is is this pie? I don't know if it's pie, but vintage shaker bird. He does have a chip on his tail and on the back of his top hat as well. Does have both his eyes, and he is $4.80 for the anthropomorphic groom single shaker bird. And again, like I said, he has a couple little chips on the back that you don't see because he's going to be sitting like that unless you pick him up. So $4.80 for the little anthro bird shaker. Okay. All right, we have these set of 6 England snack coasters, and I think they're all different, or... Yeah, so these are all different. There's little snack coasters made in England. You get all 6 of them for $4, and they have a green felt back. And then they're just pictures. They're all different settings of food and wine. So you get 6 of these. So they're food coasters. And they are just $4 for the 6. used to have, we had ones when I was a kid that were a little bit more rectangular, and they were laminated on both sides, and they were from Germany, and that's what we used to have our sandwiches on. And we go to Germany, that's what my Oma would give them to us on that. We do have some things that are all one money. Hello, I'm late. Good to see you. And Jackie, too. A lot of stuff that when you go back, you might want to grab. All right, this just came in. Now, remember, this is vintage, but he does just polish the acid dip the heck out of his copper. This is $12. It is the lion heads on each side. You have a pouring spout. You have the handle that moves as well as the attached handle here. No lid, but that is just $12 for that gorgeous piece of copper and brass lion heads. So you can hang it that way, or you can just sit like that, and that is $12. Okay. I have the copper to Miss Kennedy. Bell again. Okay, this is 5 sets of glass doorknobs and a few other parts. You get this whole box of goodies for $40. Okay, these are full knob sets. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the glass doorknob sets with the spindles in the center, and then some escutcheons, as well as a lock, a escutcheon, and then a little. So five knobs, you're getting all of them. So that is all one money. So that's just for the knob. Like if each knob comes out to $4 a knob. So, but you have to take the whole box, and that's just $40 for that whole box of knobs. So you get crafting on that. That is a great deal. And our vendors are more than welcome to purchase that as well. So anybody wants to buy that. I have Beth for the set of doorknobs. Good grab. Yeah, we looked at them on Sunday. I'm not pulling them up right now. We had a few on Sunday that we showed. Is this that I pulled? This is a piece of willow weave Wedgwood made in England, and this is part of the 40% as well. $6.60. It is Wedgwood. It is the old Wedgwood mark, made in England, and that's just a beautiful. Yeah, that's all we have right now. That's all that came on. Bye, honey. So just $6.60 for a piece of vintage Wedgwood. Classic lines on that one. It's pretty. All right. Sure, I have nothing else on the chair here. Oh, there's that thing again. Okay. All right. We have a Peanuts Gibson tall coffee cup for $4.80. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. You got Linus, Sally, Snoopy, and Charlie Brown there, and then got a little Halloween theme going around that. Does not look like it's been used. $4.80, and it is $6 tall. So if you're giving candy to any adults or anything, if you're doing anything like that, what a cute thing to give them this cute coffee mug and fill it up with some little candies. So you work in an office or something and you want to give somebody a nice little treat. I have the cup for Miss Kennedy. Good deal. $4.80. Cannot go wrong. All right. I have a Spartan folding ruler, 72 inches long, $6.40, and heavy duty, made in USA. So this is a nice one. You can see it. Oh, it's got little copper bits in between. So a lot of people like to make these into stars and other shapes, or they just use them in their little vignettes and put them behind stuff, or just collect. I have some people that collect folding rulers. So this one is copper, and this is made in USA, and it is just $6.40. I have the ruler for Norma. Yeah, it'll be good for your tea. Absolutely. Now, we do get other ones of these rulers in, but for the purpose of the shows and stuff, I try to grab the ones that I think that are a really good price and good deal, because I want to make sure you guys are getting the best deals, especially because many of you are paying shipping. So we want to help offset that cost of the shipping by finding all the really good deals in here, which there's always a bunch of. All right, these are unpainted chalkware pieces. They don't have the hooks on the back. They're $2 each. I have a duck. And what is this, a skunk? Yeah, it is a skunk. So they are unfinished, so you can paint them. They're just $2 each. And you can see they would normally have a hook on the back, but they don't. So these are just little, and chalkware, so they're a little porous. So they are waiting for you to finish painting, or just take them out of the plastic and put them out like this. They're just really cute. We have a duck head and a little skunk for just $2 each on those. Okay, what do we got on here? 4 1/4 by 3 3/4 old brass tiny footed cauldron. This one is $9.60. So a little planter, and it does have the 3 feet on it and 2 little handles, and that one is $9.60 from our vendor, Redreamable. And if you've never shopped with us before, all you do is say sold and which item. There's no registration, and if you can direct message us if you're picking the item up, if you need it shipped, I just need your email and your zip code. It's as easy as that. We take PayPal payments, which you don't have to have an account for, as well as you can just call in your credit card and we enter it directly into the machine. Do not send us your credit card information, please. All right, how'd you get stuck on there? Okay. I have another doily. This one's got pink trim, and it is $2, 15.5 inches. There is some staining, so it is a good little cutter. We've had a lot of people that are getting these for their various junk journaling, or just, I mean, it's still a nice doily because you're gonna, I mean, the stains aren't really, you kind of have to look for them. And it might actually be in the weave. So, and that one's just $2, and it has pink trim all around it. So a nice little rectangle. And again, that is 15.5 inches. Hand crocheted, $2. I kind of think it's in the weave. But I have the doily for Terry. But I know that a lot of people, if you can have whatever you use to usually wash them, a lot of times those little things come out. I know a lot of the things that, like the other day, came up yesterday's Tomorrow's. It's a really cute little Christmas tree, and part of the bottom of the base, she actually, she had some old lace that she used, that she's just getting little bits like this and cutting it up to use in all her crafting. Or to use it as a doily. But when it's only that price, you really, have fun with it. So this is a 7-hole small flower frog. It's vintage, and it says it right on the thing. I'm sitting here counting. $4. So less than $1 a hole. It's a nice little flower frog, and it does fit your pens perfectly. So you got 7 holes on that one for just $4. Okay, $3 firm. I have a clam basket. So it sits this way. The lid opens up, and it's a clam. Hey, how you doing? And he is just $3. I have the flower frog for Norma. All right, we have a 10-inch diameter, 3.5-inch deep, unmarked roundwood bowl for $14. I don't see any condition issues with that. So that's just $14 from, you can put in your oil and get it for food safe, or just using it as decorations. and that is $14 for the nice wood bowl. A few more things to get through. And that's going to do it for the evening. Don't forget, Saturday night is our next Jewelry Live, and I will be getting these schedules up for November very soon. Well, we're almost in November, so yeah, it does help, doesn't it? $6.30 for this cute little lion and lamb picture. I can't tell if it's a print or what it is, what it's on. It looks like it's on a linen type paper. It's very tiny, and that's $6.30. See if we can get that to focus. And it's, let's see, it's a cute little frame. The frame's bigger than the picture. It measures 4 by 4, and it does have a little sawtooth hanger on the back, so $6.30 on that cute little picture. Now, we've had this up before, but it's been reduced. I have the print for Miss Mercille. You can always find room for those sizes, right? There's always room on the wall for one more little picture. Okay. All right. Okay. This was up once before. At the time, I think it was 10, so it was 8. Now it's just $4.80. It is solid brass, made in India, and then it's got the enamel painting all along the edge here. It's a cute little ruffled basket with pink flowers on a cream and green. And again, it kind of has like that cloisonne. Oh, cool. Very fun. It has a cloisonne finish to it. And that is just $4.80 for that cute little brass. You've got it, Jackie. Good grab on that. Okay, I did find a tiny little chip on this. Let's see if we can find it. Right here. I mean, they're not like big chips. They're like little flaws. And because of that, it is just $4.80 for this little carnival glass with the grapes. And then you have it goes kind of like, it's not quite clear. It's got like a peach finish to it. So this cute little carnival glass candy dish is just $4.80. Again, we have 2 little tiny flea bites on it. Hey, Kim. Speak of yesterday's tomorrow, and there she is. This is a nice piece. And then the grapes are embossed on the bottom there, so because it has those 2 little chips, but it's just $4.80 for that cute little carnival glass piece there. And that is from Betty's Treasures. I have, Debbie, you got to say exactly what it is. You're talking about the candy dish? So if you can just let me know, Deborah Kennedy, if you wanted that candy dish, because you just said sold, so I've got to clarify, please. Okay, so Terry does get that. You got it. It's very pretty. And you'll have that in time for your holiday table. All right, let me just get the other. I only have 3 things left for you guys. All right. Now this is worth, oh, hello, Irene. Yeah, so you're coming in, we're kind of getting near the end of this, but all we do on this one is I try to get things that are shippable. We're in Andover, New Jersey, so if we're not local to you, we do ship all these small things. So if you did win something tonight, you just say sold and what the item is. And we go with whoever we see first on here. If there's ever a discrepancy because of Facebook lag, everybody's device, you're always going to see yourself first. It's majority rules of who everybody else saw. And you would just say sold bird. And if you're first time purchasing with us, I just need you to direct message me. If you need it shipped, I just need your email and your zip code. That's it. And we get those items right out to you. We actually had 3 new people joining us this past Sunday night. We do once a month, we do a big shop tour, which 3 hours it went, and it was a lot of fun. And we picked up a lot of nice new people. So And if you have any other questions, the folks in the chat room are always willing to help. They're a fantastic bunch, unless you try to take their stuff. No, just kidding. They are a wonderful group of people. So, all right, I found this little bird. He is $2.10. He's not marked or anything. He's blue, and he's got this like black mottled paint in him. He's just a little ceramic guy, and he is just $2.10. And he is worth $2 in the bush because he's in my hand. So $2.10 for the little ceramic bird that's not focusing very well. Let's see if we can get him to focus. Not really. Sorry, I know. I have the bird for you got it. Thank you. It's hard for me to get that to focus from here. He's very cute. And if I have the energy tomorrow, I might do the opening of the boxes. When I come around to turn this off, before I shut down, I'm going to give you a quick glance at all the boxes that just came in. And as I mentioned, those magazines will be in this weekend. I show the tracking, so we'll have those. All right, we have 2 more things, and they are each $8. They are tin bank boxes. So it doesn't say where this is made. Well, look at that. It's got the fancy line heads on each end, and it's footed. It's like a little chest, and that is $8. So yeah, it has the ability to put the bar through it. And I have the one tin for Beth. All right, so Beth is taking this, and you can get the little lock to slide through there. It does have that ability. Yes, we just got in a bunch of the lemon cookies. We got a fresh shipment in, and we just got in more coffee came in. We got that restocked, and the fudge has been restocked. And some of the flavors on the fudge are just wow. The cranberry orange pistachio has been amazing. So, oh wait, I have you up here, Beth. Why am I killing myself? I have to put you with your doorknobs. All right, and we have one more of those tin. This one's not a bank. It's the same company though. It's got the same number here. This one is missing the clasp here. And this one's floral. This is also $8. Again, missing our piece here. Nice and clean inside. And that one is also $8. Does not have the slot. Just a cute, oh, that closes very well. So that little guy is also $8, as is no clasp. So I have this one going to Miss Kennedy. And that, my dears, is going to wrap up another wonderful Wednesday night. We do these every Wednesday night at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. This is our weekly. This Saturday night at 6:15 Eastern Standard Time will be our bi-monthly costume jewelry, new and contemporary and vintage. November, it looks like we're only going to have one jewelry sale because of the way with the holiday and everything else going on. Oh yeah, that, you know, my first try was the dark chocolate sea salt caramel when we were out in PA. That's how I found this fudge. I keep looking over there because it's a stack of the fudge. That's where it is. But for a non-chocolate is the bourbon maple. It's just, they're all good. They're all good. But I wanted to just show you guys what I'm going to be delving into. So our shop is mostly vintage and collectibles. When you go through the 2 big rooms, if you've joined us on our tour, you kind of see the split. But up front, we have what we call the general store, which has all the candies and the new stuff, as well as the stage has that. So I'm going to come around. I'm going to show you really quick what I got myself into, and then I'm going to wrap it up. And sorry about the hand. I have peanut butter chocolate, not peanut butter. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go that fast. I think there's peanut butter chocolate left. Oh, there's not even any peanut butter chocolate. So not right now on the peanut butter chocolate. So I will be going into, I had to move these because we have those great collage cards. So I got all these boxes. And then I had to move them for a lady to get her item. These 2 and all of that. So that is what I have to work on with fudge, nuts, and chocolate. I have, since it's the end, we will go over the fudge. Since there's no other items, we have a, what is here? Dark chocolate fudge. Do I have any walnut fudge left? I have cranberry. No, what the heck? No, not right now. So what we have the bourbon maple candy cane fudge, which has candy canes in it. The cranberry orange pistachio fudge, chocolate fudge, dark chocolate caramel sea. Oh yeah, we have every day. Forest berry, which I've not tried. The pistachio nut. Vanilla, yeah, pumpkin spice latte, orange cream, holiday sugar, cranberry walnut, apple cheesecake, and amaretto chocolate. And then we have the tea cookies, the lemon tea cookies, which you guys, the one show we did a little bit ago, we still have the lemon tea cookies. We have a bunch of different coffees and, of course, all the candies. And then we just got more of the cherry sticks in. And we have the blueberry, and we have all the different flavored honeys, which you can see I've already started selling. So that is this booth. And like I said, I've got my work ahead of me. This is all new stuff, new vintage style that fits the theme of the shop. So I'm going to just go over here really quick. This is what did sell, and then just kind of skim over. This is what's still available. So when you watch the video, these are the things that are still available. And of course, we have the Andover, New Jersey mugs now. These are just $10 each. Those just came in. So those are available. So I'm going to, I don't know if this is working or not, but I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, as always, for joining me, and have a wonderful evening. Good night. Yeah, turn you back.